What's going on, Hara? Another day in the life. McDrewski's live. I'm over here messing with lights. I picked up a second light. I found one on sale and I was like, I can't resist it. So I'm gonna mess with it. Got two big lights over here. Maybe I'll give it a different color. So what are you guys doing, man? My name is Drew, just like the channel. Can't mistake it. So you said that PC was new and then it took a dump on you or what? Huh. Well, that's not a big deal. As long, in comparison to buying a new computer and the computer doesn't work. What's going on, everybody? If you're new, please subscribe. Probably be doing some more lives. I'm just kind of getting this thing going. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing. So it'll kind of be up to you guys what we end up doing. Yeah, man. Any computer. It doesn't matter if it's a desktop or laptop. If your screen's not working, it's an issue. I like these little logo things you're sending me. I showed some to my friend and he was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. But I think what I'd have to do is like I would have to record. I'd have to like record a video and then clip it in or something. So that it's like the video would be on the front end, you know? Will you please subscribe? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. Hey, Hara, I got a question for you. Serious question. Serious question. All right, I'm leaving it. So I got a question for you though. You ready? All right. Have you ever met somebody that you just feel connected to no matter what? That person is like forever there? Like, no matter what, like, from as far back as you can remember, that person is in your life, and you always felt connected to that person no matter what? Really? Well, I gotta say, I think I'm a very fortunate person, but I think there's maybe a borderline between spirituality and insanity, maybe. Like, you could be completely crazy, but it could also be real, you know? Well, anybody, there's more people in this chat. Has anybody in this chat ever felt connected to somebody like they've been connected for since they can remember? No, Hara is a male. Hara is a man. I don't mean your kids. I think it'd be more like just a person that has been in your life your entire life and you like always knew they were there. And you felt like this is your person, like this is my person. Anybody in the chat can answer. Please. Somebody help Hara here. I'm feeling lost. Really, dude? That's crazy. That's so crazy. Well, maybe it's my lack of, maybe it's the lack of what I had that led me to believe this. Maybe it's what I didn't have that created what I did have. Does that make sense? Yeah, I feel that. I understand that, but there's like that one maybe like if you're lucky you got one of those people, let alone multiple. But there's that one person that keeps showing up in your life for whatever reason. Yeah, but still it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter over time. Or have you ever questioned like remember I mean, I know you're a little older. So, do you remember when we didn't have any GPS, you didn't have cell phones, you didn't have the ability that you have today to find somebody, but you found that person somehow. Like with the smallest amount of directions, you found that person. Again, I know there's multiple people in here. Anybody can answer this. Somebody please help this guy. Especially when I was younger, man, we didn't have the connections. I mean, it was like you called like somebody's house and you were like, please tell so and so I called. And you just hope to God they got the message. Yes, I'm your brother. Oh my gosh. No, man. It's just I'm asking simple questions. Like I could be totally crazy or it could be something, you know? Yeah, Greg, help this guy out, Greg. Please, please do. Somebody step in for Hara. He's hurting right now. That's so wild, bro. Gosh. There's no problem. I was asking Hara, and there's other people in the chat, they're just not saying anything. But I was asking Hara, like, has he had anybody in his life, like that one person in your life that you feel connected to, that you've known your entire life, and for whatever reason they keep coming up in your life? It's like you're just connected. There's no separating you two. You're just gonna be there. Greg is my chat friend, right, Greg? Greg is one of my subscribers. He's a chat friend. See, Greg says yes. See, I think that person, like, for whatever reason, you remember that person all the way back as far as you can remember. And they just keep coming back in your life, for whatever reason. And there's just no separation for you. See, Greg says we all have those situations. Thank you. Yes, it is you, Jay. First name Jay. Gosh, killing me right now. This is so funny. Okay, well, I can understand what you're saying. There's things things happen in people's lives, or things happen where you have to separate yourself. I mean, sometimes you do have to separate yourself from the negative, the bad things that happen to you, or bad people that did something to you. Sometimes you have to do that. So I understand that much. This is so hard just not to laugh my butt off. The other part is funny is like there's other people in this chat that are not saying anything. They're just like listening in. It's not that I know something, I'm just trying to kind of prove a point that I don't know. I think that there are those connections for us. Like there are people that we're meant to be, or there are people that I don't know, maybe fulfill a need in your life that no one else can. I don't know. I think it's important to have those kind of people in your life. Even if they don't think you're that important, it's important for you to have somebody like that in your life. See, Greg says it's no secret. Why, what's the problem? There's no secrets here. That's an interesting outlook. I'm sorry, I had to break that down a little bit. What's going, Marcus? Or what's going on, Marcus? Sorry, I'm like stuttering a little bit. It's just the way you type. Yeah, it's the way you typed it up, Hara. Um, that's an interesting outlook, though. But I think it's interesting too that there's like so many dreams that you can't even remember. Like you can only remember glimpses of your dreams. It's very rare to have a very vivid dream. Like to wake up and just remember everything you just dreamt about. Yeah, again, these are very interesting outlooks. I think moreover, I think that it's just strange that someone can kind of be in your life and be that person for you, but you're not that person for them. I don't know. That's very interesting. Like, how does it reach that level? Like, what's the turnaround point? You know, Greg, I'm calling on you because it seems like nobody else is involved in this. Nobody else knows what I'm talking about. Oh boy. I think you're right. Yeah. That's something we have to decide for ourselves. You're right about that. I definitely think you're right about that. But like, is it, even though it's two people, it's a singular experience, like, I don't know. The question is like, how can one person experience one thing and it's so important to them, and the other person who's involved in that same experience, it's not as important to them? I'm always up late, bro. That's why I do these lives. Yeah, that's a rough concept right there, Ara. I'll admit this. Nobody can take better care of you than you. Like, you know everything you need. No one can take better care of you than you. But in fact, in fact, somebody can care for you more than you can care for yourself. I do believe that. Greg is hashing it out. Greg is thinking about it. See, like this conversation, I just like the conversation. I like thinking about things in a different way. I think that in my life, people have cared about me more than I care about myself at different moments in time. You know what? I'm really surprised Mike hasn't chimed in on this. I think Mike took the exit door or something. I don't know, Hara. That's a stretch, bro. That's a real stretch you got going on there. Mike is here. He's been listening the whole time. I knew it. I knew it. I totally knew it. I knew Mike was in there. I knew it. That's so funny. Horace says he's not a believer. I am a believer. But maybe that's the difference, you know? So to answer somebody's question, we've gone over the money trees. We've already talked about the money trees. I've been trying to find a proper place to donate the money trees, somebody to take them, to take care of them, but it's not working out. Yes, Mike is my long lost brother. We share the same father. Kyle is back. We got all these guys coming back. This is great. This is great. Somehow I just knew Mike was listening because there were too many numbers up there on the screen for there only to be like a couple people talking, like people responding or making comments. He said brother or lover. Oh, it's too much. It's too much. See, this is why I like you guys. This is why I like you guys. You make me laugh. You guys make me laugh. Let me ask you this. What do you guys think of people who make fake profiles just so they can talk to you? There's a good question for you. Have you ever known somebody who makes a fake profile just so they can talk to you? Like sometimes secretly somebody sits in on your live just so they can see you again instead of just picking up the phone and calling you. Isn't that kind of strange? Yes, that's another one. The people who don't use real pictures, like their entire profile is like all these fake pictures, like random pictures. Perfect. See, heaven gets it. If somebody isn't willing to stalk you, they don't really care about you. If they're not willing to go and make a fake profile just to talk to you and see you, they don't really care. What's the difference between a fatal attraction and love? There's no difference. What's the difference between love and being a psychopath? There's no difference. They call that in my neighborhood, heaven, they call that a 187, bro. I don't know about that, Mike. I really don't. Like, I mean, if somebody's willing to go to that level for you, imagine what they would do if you really cared about them. Yeah, that's a whole nother. I'm talking. That's a whole other deal, Heaven. Like I'm talking about people, not. Not fetishes or strange things like that. All right. He's like, I stalk fish. I don't know who that is. See, Mike had a stalker. What? Some of you guys, like, you got to be a little more descriptive. Like, when you got to explain things to me. Like, if you just kind of put out some random words, I don't understand it. I think some of you guys are embellishing the truth here a little bit. I knew a girl named Olga. That's so wild. Maybe we knew the same girl. Well, to each their own, Mike. You can say whatever you want about your stalker. I'll say whatever I want about my stalkers. Okay? See, I think this is like a fun conversation. We're having a good time right now. Oh my gosh, bro. It's so bad. It's so bad. Yeah, you can do that if Har is switching it up a little bit. I wouldn't use fluorocarbon leader though. Fluorocarbon sinks. I wouldn't use fluorocarbon for my leader on that. So you're saying the carp, they suck at the top, right? They're top feeders. They feed from the very top of the water. Evan, your jokes aren't that good. Yeah, so I wouldn't use fluorocarbon for my leader. Um, I would use probably some kind of anything that floats. Braids, some braids will float. They do have a. I feel like monofilament floats a bit. It really works. For some reason, I just know this right offhand. Fluorocarbon does not float. And just when you told me that, I just thought you could probably use something else as a leader to be a better leader. Well, then maybe, I guess if it works for you, it works. Let me ask you guys this question, all right? I'm going to ask you guys a specific question. You ready? Are you guys ready for this? My kids are nerds. Are you guys ready for the question? Somebody say yes. Just one person, just say yes. All right. All right. What would you rather have in your life? Would you rather have the person you feel connected to, yet maybe it might be a little complicated? Or would you rather have a person in your life that'll just give you whatever you want, no matter what? This person will just give you no matter what you want, they'll give it to you. If they can, they'll give it to you. So the person you're connected to, or the person will just give you whatever you want. The person you're connected to, or the person that'll give you whatever you want. There's no one or two. You got to say it. The person you're connected to, or the person that'll give you whatever you want. See, Horace says, obviously, the connection. So what is wrong with people? That's my question. He says, obviously, the connection. That's what I say. But then this other person isn't feeling that. Obviously, this is the first time I've been on live TV. Or no, whatever that kid says. He's like, apparently, I haven't been on TV before. But if you had to lose one, I would want it. See? Mike said the exact same thing. So, Mike, you would go for the connection. Hara, you would go for the connection, right? You wouldn't just want to have somebody in your life that just give you whatever you want. And you're not connected to that person. You're just like, whatever. But this person over here, you're really connected to that person. You want everything with that person. But things get a little rocky sometimes. Yeah, see, it's not fair to the other person either. Yeah, so if I was choosing to be with somebody who I'm only being with that person because they'll give me whatever I want, but I'm not with the person that I feel connected to, it's not fair to the other person. It is exactly that easy. It's so easy. It's so simple. I'm a simple person. I'm not very smart. I'm very simple. Like how are people not figuring this out? I think Hara hit it on the head right there. Perfect. It's not fair. It's just not fair. You don't want to go be with somebody you're not connected to. It's not fair to them because this person will give you whatever you want. But you're not attached to them. You're just kind of taking from them. Ooh, that's even better. So if you're connected to somebody and that person is connected to you, yet you're choosing to be with this other person because they give you whatever you want, it's not fair. It's not fair to either party. Hara's got it figured out, man. I'm telling you. Hara's got it all figured out. Yeah, that's perfect, Mike. And then that's why she's your wife. Marcus is back. He says hello. Tom, I'm glad Tom's in here. Tom only pops in for a minute, but he's here. It's all good. Elias, I think that's how you say that. Elias said, what's up? Stop it. Stop. I'm trying to have a serious conversation with you guys. Dude, work has been good, man. And like this morning, I'm just trying to answer Tom because I know he's going to come in, he's going to go out. I get a good workout. Like, I get a good sweat going, I get my heart rate up. And, man, I mean, work is good for me. And it's all outside. I'm outside all day long. I love being outside. Exactly. Mike's putting some good stuff in there too. Just let somebody be happy. Just let them be happy. Dang. Boom. See, you guys are really speaking from the heart right now. I really appreciate that. Hara's like, I don't need nothing. I just need honesty and loyalty. What's wrong with these people? Yeah, man, I enjoy being outside. I'm an outdoors person. I just really am. So the job has been serving me well. It's been pretty good. We are not talking about that person, Elias. Am I even saying that right? Elias? I think I'm saying it right. I'm trying to move my camera around a little bit. Oh no. You really did that, Mike? That's terrible, Mike. You were that guy. Oh no. Mike, no, bro. See, you got Hara, you do have a heart. You got a real heart, bro. Mike, that had to have been a tough go round, bro. Yeah, see, like you went through the gutter and you got out of there and you figured it out, Mike. I'm happy for you, bro. Mike, I'm genuinely happy for you. The other thing is blowing my mind is there's other people, like I have a number up top. There's so many other people in here and they're not saying anything. It's cracking me up. Because they got to be like, what are these guys talking about? There's so many people in the chat and they're not saying anything. Yes, I'm here. Yes. Can I help you? Please ask a question. Somebody contribute to the conversation. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. Can you guys tell I'm mixing up the lights for you? It's called a bowfin. That really long one. It's a bowfin. People call it here. We call it a dogfish, or some people call it a snakehead. Some people are saying that's not a snakehead, but here we call them snakeheads or bowfin, dogfish. We all call them just something different. At least somebody loves it. Good Lord. How about that? different scenery. Messing with these lights. Um, there might have been a small walleye somewhere. I don't think I had it on video though. Might have been a crappie. I've caught gar, but the gar here aren't very big. You like this light setup? What I have is red, blue, and an overhead light. I'm just messing with lights while we're talking anyway. This is all blue, blue on blue. Yeah, if you're catfishing, you'll catch a lot of gar. They call it gar. Alligator gar is the same thing here. But if you're catfishing, you will catch gar. Oh, wow, look at that. There's so many settings. It's bright. The only thing I fished with that was kind of odd was pantyhose. Like I'll like squish stuff up and I'll put it in the pantyhose and then tie it in a knot and put it on the hook. I never use cotton or anything else like that. Yeah, I think one time I caught a decent sized alligator gar and that thing was scary to get in the boat. Their mouth is like a chainsaw. If those teeth hit you, they will shred you wide open. That's white on white. Beach worms? Sounds gross. Once again, heaven comes in from left field. What's up, R3? We're in here talking about some crazy stuff. A bunch of just madness, pure madness. I have had alligator meat. I didn't eat a lot of it, but I would like to try it like long term. Wow. Yeah, I couldn't imagine being bit by an alligator gar. They'd tear you up. You do what you got to do, R3. Deer's really good. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I love all outdoors. I definitely like the ocean. I like the ocean. Scares me a little bit because I know there's monster fish out there. But I like being in the water. I like being in the river. I like being in the ocean. It's a good time. Once again, do what you got to do, bro. I'm not stopping you. For real, possum and taters, that sounds real good. Yeah, I did see that shark attack. I saw a shark attack not long ago. A guy, he just got ate alive right there, right on camera. I've never swam too far out in the ocean. I've probably been far enough out that like I couldn't touch the bottom, but I know better than to go far out. Yeah, that shark attack was unbelievable. But real, I mean, what do you think is going to happen? That's why I don't go far out in the water. Yeah, I mean, I know this stuff happens, but what I mean, again, what do you think is going to happen? I mean, I was in Hawaii and I used the paddle board and I went out maybe 150 yards and I started seeing fish that were longer than my board and I hauled ass back to the shore. I think that story, I think the guy got pulled out by the riptide. I think he got pulled out by the outgoing current. I don't think that they normally attack humans, but what happens is when those people get out in the ocean and they start flailing around or they start making a big kind of like big splash movements and stuff like that, it alerts them. The sharks get alerted to the person and they just go take a bite out of them. And then it's over. Guys, I'm tired. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. Yeah, that's what I think. From what I understand, it's like if you're far out in the water, you want to be as still as possible. And they might even come up and like nudge you or something, try to figure out what you are. But if you're flailing around, they'll definitely eat you. Jeez. The guy was swimming in a seal outfit. It doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any better. I'm tired, boss. I gotta go to bed. Yeah, I don't know anything about spinner sharks or any of that. I keep yawning. I'm tired, man. I do got to work tomorrow. I got to get pretty early. I don't mind getting up early. This job's been really working out for me. So it's a decent drive. I'd say it's about 25 minutes, which is for me. I think that's usually I live much closer. Wherever I work, I usually try to move closer, but it's really not that bad. And it's all highway. It's like one. So you go one road to the highway, highway out. I take a right, and it's right there. So it's mostly highway anyway. That's an interesting question. I'm gonna have to wait till that time comes. Honestly, I got a few things that are up in the air right now. I think I got a few. I have ideas bursting out of my head, but I can't really make a move until some other things get done, and then kind of when a few other things get done, I'll be able to move forward and do some other things. I think that's the nature of the world right now. Like you got to kind of, it's planning for the best. That's what I'm doing. I'm planning for the best. Um, some of them do. Some of the people I work with, they stay there and they work during the winter, but some don't. I've done some coaching, I've done some training, but technically I'm not like involved in a program or anything like that. But that's another option. I've had people offer me a lot of coaching jobs. I just really haven't chosen to take one. To be honest, it just doesn't pay a lot of money. Well, listen, guys, I'm glad you dropped in. Glad we got to have this little chat. It was a very interesting conversation. But I'm about to check out. Yeah, I don't know if I could do line work, bro. You couldn't get me to sit down. Like, I just couldn't do it. Fishing guide, just to get the licensing is usually pretty hard. I think that for fishing guides, what I found out is to get the licensing is very difficult. You got to take this ridiculous test. You got to really study, pass the test. That's the big thing. Studying to get to pass the tests. That's my understanding. Oh, power line work. See, this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes people don't, they're not descriptive. So I don't know what they're saying. Yeah, you're right. Here, where if you have a job with a electric company and you do line work or power line work, it's insane money and benefits because it's so hazardous. Well, it's good talking to you guys. I got to check out, man. We're just going to have to plan for the next big fishing adventure. Hopefully, I can get out on the water soon and get this done. Mike, salute. He does electric work in mines? That's crazy. That's like a double whammy. That's like double hazardous. Mick Drewski signing out. Salute to Mike. Glad you guys are here. It's been good talking to you. I'm gonna go lay down. Maybe I'll try to do another live from the course, but it seems it's so far out. I don't think it'll work. It's pretty far away. All right, guys. It's been an hour. I'm out of here.